Look here. Look at this run coming here. Waltrip's going to get the lead this time with a big push. Here comes Kyle Busch.
Oh, look at that big bump. Michael Waltrip's got to be humming that Beatles too.
Oh,
Get by with
Kevin Harvick.
Trouble. Harvick on the bottom of the racetrack.
Like he doesn't have any damage yet, other than what the grass did here. Yeah, he's got it started up, so he'll stay on the lead lap.
Yeah.
8th caution flag of the day.
Good, boys. Put some tires up.
Yeah, he's feeling good. He didn't hit anything.
Yeah, you don't spin in the middle of that pack too many times and something big not happen.
Look at the splitter. Look at everything.
He'll probably go in and come in this time just to get those tires on, make sure something doesn't blow out and mess up.
Yeah, even though he would have to restart.
TV look good.
He would have to restart the tail end. He can come in now and get these tires changed, not lose a lap.
Everything looks all right. Just probably needs tires.
Wonder if he got tapped here.
Oh, I would say so.
Think with everything that was going on there.
See that outside lane? It just got such a big push.
Yeah. Looks like David Reagan got hit. Yeah. Wow, how this didn't create something major.
Wow.
Look at this.
Look at Reagan just getting by.
Woo. That's some really good driving and a lot of luck. You see.
88's backing up. All right. Just got turned there.
Harvick couldn't go any further up. He was hitting Jeff Burton, so just a product of this type of racing.
I think we're going to see it even get more intense as the laps wind down, too.
Yeah, Kevin get the grass blown off of him. Man, that was... Woo.
How did Reagan miss him when he came back across?
Yeah, Kevin did a good job getting that car to the bottom, too. If that thing goes up the racetrack...
Yeah, he did. He stayed in the throttle and kept it off the track.
Watch Tony Stewart in this fray.
Whoa.
That's clear. Watch these guys here. Back it down.
You see Kevin, he stayed in the throttle, just spinning those rear wheels to stay up off the racetrack. Did a great job.
You talked about earlier these bumpers lining up so good on these cars. You saw him get into the back of the 7 car, but it just shoved him forward instead of turning that car, as could happen in years past.
Here
See if
comes
you're going to pit road.
Michael Waltrip coming on. Kyle Busch is there. Jeff Burton, Kenseth, Bobby Labonte.
Anybody that's close on fuel needs to be on pit road right now.
And Michael Waltrip, last minute, they said they were going to stay out. They had enough fuel, but they decided right sides only for the 55 guys. Shannon?
Jamie, right sides only for Kyle Busch in the 18. Gamble paid off. They did not top off. They need 3 seconds of fuel. Dave?
Johnson thought he might have flat spotted his tires, so they will give him 2 rounds up on the track bar, though, for a car that's tight. Mike?
A 4-tire change, the call for the 31 team. Team completing its service on the right side, swinging around the left side. No adjustments for Burton.
Race off of pit road there. Kyle Busch gains a spot. You see Michael back 1, Bobby Labonte up 2. And remember, the 48 car took on 4 tires and made a major chassis adjustment. He had to back up to be able to get out. Cost him some time. Of course, they're going to have 22 laps, probably 20 laps when they get the green flag. Let's watch Jimmy. Schrader pitting in front of him.
Yeah, he was kind of angled in the wrong way, and then the 96 car came in front. At that point in time, you just say, well, we're back here. Get what we can get after this thing goes back green.
4 tires for the current reigning champion.
Yeah, 22 laps to go is still a long time here, just like we said. If you only need about 8 or 10 laps to get to the front, you've got plenty of time with 22 laps. No reason to try to hurry out of the pits and maybe even push something and run into somebody, bend a fender. Just get back here in the back, get ready to go to work.
As they like to say, business is getting ready to pick up here in a few minutes, guys. I can't tell you how, as intense as this race has been for 166 laps to this point, it magnifies 10 times when you get to a situation like this, to where you know that, hey, we've gotten to this point, now let's just let it all go.
Alan, it's about time, and it's already been wild. It's about to get even wilder.
Yeah, and going back to what we talked about on NASCAR Countdown, Doc, earlier in the day, the closer you get to the finish, the more the likelihood of the big wreck. And I'll go right out on a limb on this one. We haven't seen the big wreck yet today.
Oh, we might not have. I was just thinking, with 22 laps to go, guys, they got this wild. What's going to happen with 10 laps to go? I mean, they're already beating each other up out there. We're not even close to the end of the race yet, guys. I mean, it's got to believe there's more to come.
It's been incredible how aggressive these guys have been bump drafting. And I thought in the drivers' meeting they said there's no bump drafting to be done through the corners. It looks like these boys are leaning on each other hard.
And what's incredible is the ability these guys have to control these cars. What Kevin just did was amazing. You know, keeping that car from going back up the racetrack. These guys are driving these cars. So we might not see the big wreck, but we'll probably see a couple more little ones.
So 12 guys stayed on the racetrack there. First one off pit road is Kyle Busch. He is going to be back in the field. And then there's Kevin Harvick, who spun, said put 4 on it. And he's going to be right back in the thick of this thing before the end of it. And then you got Carl Edwards, who did not pit in the initial wave of cars and kept the pattern going like they have all day. Came in the next lap and made his service. And he'll go back and restart at the end of the Shannon?
Yep, Alan down here with Steve Addington, crew chief for Kyle Busch. All right, you got 2 right side tires. You've got the fuel. Currently running right outside the top 10. Are you where you want to be for this last 20 laps?
I think so. I think that the right decision was to put 2 tires on, give him a little bit of grip through the corners where he could hustle the car and make the moves he needs to make. So we'll see. I feel pretty good having Kyle Busch sitting in my race car this many laps to go.
And you got to feel pretty good about having Steve Addington on top of the crew chief, on top of the pit box. Dave?
And Brian Patty asked his driver to save fuel just a little bit. Are you okay on fuel to the end?
Plenty good. We're just trying to make sure we're green, white, checkered. We're plenty good. This is fun here. Juan's having a good time, and I just want to thank everybody back in the shop for building this car for us.
It looks like he's made friends with the right guys out there today that will draft with him, the faster cars, would you say?
Who's that?
The 88 for one in particular.
Yeah, you know, it's he's a real good drafter, like I said, and you know, we've got a decent car, and you know, it's got a little bit of, you know, we'll see what happens. It's not over yet.
All right, a few laps to go, that's for sure, Doc.
27 cars on the lead lap. It'll be less than 20 laps to go. 20 to go next time by. And guys, DJ, you mentioned you want to make your move with you're one of those 27 cars with 8 to go. But on the last lap, where do you want to be? Second, third, fourth, fifth? I mean, we've seen 3 lead changes from turn 4 to the start-finish line.
Yeah, if I had my choice, I'd want to be second with somebody that I knew was going to help me. You don't always know that, but if I could make that move, and I'm not going to try to do it to the tri-oval because we've seen passes made there. You make it too early, then you're going to go backwards.
I don't think these guys are going to get there, get. I don't think you can choose to be second with. I mean, these have been all over each other all day long. I'm like, I don't think the last of the contact either.
No, wait. You say you don't make your move until the tri-oval, so you're probably, what, 400 yards from the start-finish line?
Yeah, I think you make it before that, you're going to get passed again but if you try to make it too soon. So I said if I had my choice, not many of them are going to have a choice.
Well, I tell you, what a great chase this has been so far, and what a great finish we have set up here at Talladega. Here's your ticket to the chase. Coming up, we go to Lowe's Motor Speedway, Martinsville, Atlanta, Texas, Phoenix, and of course, we finish it out with a championship weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway, all live on ABC. 29 car will have to start at the tail end of the longest line. Too many men over the wall now. Harvick had to come in, and they had to fix a brace on the splitter and also change tires. So, but that's not going to hurt him much because everybody's going to be coming from that same spot anyway.
Well, he already, he's got all this damage and everything, so he was going to be back there regardless. But he's lucky to be out there with a car that actually doesn't have any more damage than he does.
Check in on the 15 car. Jamie?
Well, Paul Menard's team opted to stay out that last stop. He's running third right now. They've been top 10 for the majority of the day. Now, you're looking at Doug Randolph, his crew chief. I talked to him a little while ago, and he said, you know, with the news this week, Paul's moving on. This team doesn't know what they're going to do. I don't know where I'm going to be next year. This team doesn't know where they're going to go. What a win would mean for this team to bring this team together in the spirit. He hasn't had a top 10 yet this year. DEI knows how to get it done on super speedways. We're going to hold on, buckle our seatbelts, and see how they do, guys.